The conference room still smelled like champagne when my mother called. My daughter, Sarah, had just been promoted to vice president of operations at her consulting firm. She was only 29, the youngest person in company history to hold that role. She had worked non-stop for this moment, 3 years of long weeks, missed holidays, delayed relationships, and living on coffee and pure determination. The partners surprised her during the quarterly meeting. When they announced it, the whole room burst into applause. I was standing in the back, holding back tears. That's when my phone rang. "We need to talk about this party," my mom said. Her tone was familiar, the kind that meant she had already decided, and expected me to follow along. I was standing in Sarah's new office, watching her pack up her old desk 1 floor below. The promotion came with a corner office, a team of 12, and ownership in the firm. She had earned every bit of it. "The party is in 2 weeks," I said. "Everything's already booked." "That's why I'm calling," she replied. "Cancel it." I stepped away from the window. "Excuse me?" "Your sister Amanda lost her job yesterday. 15 years at the same company, gone. How do you think it looks to throw a big celebration while she's applying for unemployment?" I knew Amanda's job hadn't been stable. She'd talked about restructuring for months but never looked for other options. "Mom, I feel bad for Amanda," I said. "But Sarah has been planning this for months. She invited coworkers, clients, friends." "Uninvite them," she snapped. "Family comes first. Amanda is crushed. She doesn't need to watch her niece celebrating success while she's at rock bottom." Through the glass wall, I could see Sarah carefully packing her framed certifications. She had a master's degree from Wharton, 3 professional credentials, and a reputation for fixing failing projects. She was essential to that firm. "Sarah earned this," I said, "and Amanda didn't deserve to lose her job either." "Life isn't fair," my mom replied. "Sarah will have other promotions. Right now, this is about being sensitive. I'll call Amanda and tell her I'm proud of her for—" "Don't patronize me," she cut in. "Cancel the party or don't bother coming to family events anymore. Your choice." She hung up. I stood there for a moment, phone still at my ear, watching my daughter pack up years of hard work into cardboard boxes. Then I walked to her new office. "Everything okay, Mom?" Sarah asked. "Your grandmother called." Her smile faded slightly. "She wants to change the party, right?" "She wants it canceled. Amanda lost her job." Sarah set down her markers slowly, the way she did when she was trying to stay calm. "I understand," she said. "We can cancel. I don't need a party." "You worked 3 years straight for this," I said. "And Aunt Amanda worked 15 years, she replied. "Grandma's right. It might seem insensitive." "She had time to prepare," I said gently. "You gave up your 20s for this." Before she could respond, both our phones started buzzing. The family group chat. My mother had posted, "Disappointed to learn some family members care more about showing off than supporting loved ones in hard times." Amanda followed, "Worst week of my life, and this is the support I get." Then my brother chimed in. "Maybe just postpone." "Not cancel, just be considerate." Soon cousins, aunts, everyone joined in. Even Sarah's younger cousin said it was harsh to celebrate while Amanda was struggling. Sarah's face went pale. "Let's cancel," she said quietly. "It's not worth this." "Okay," I said. That afternoon, I called the event coordinator and canceled everything. We lost the deposit, but I didn't care. Then I made a few more calls. The next morning, I picked Sarah up at 9. She was dressed for work. "I have a team meeting at 10, she said. "I called your boss," I replied. "You're taking a personal day." She looked confused, but got in the car. I drove us downtown to Pinnacle Tower, the brand new luxury building overlooking the river. 38 floors of glass and steel. Sarah looked out the window. "Mom, why are we here?" I smiled. You earned this, I said. 800,000, I said as I pulled into the parking garage. Sarah looked at me, confused. Why are we here? You'll see. A real estate agent met us in the lobby. Her name was Patricia. She had been working with me for 3 weeks, well before Sarah's promotion was announced. Mrs. Thompson, it's wonderful to see you, she said warmly, and you must be Sarah. Congratulations on your promotion. Sarah turned to me. Mom? Let's see the unit, I said. We took the elevator up to the 36th floor. Patricia unlocked the door to Unit 364 and stepped aside. The moment we walked in, Sarah froze. Floor-to-ceiling windows covered the entire west wall. Sunlight poured across polished hardwood floors. The living area was open and bright. The kitchen had marble counters and professional-grade appliances, the exact kind Sarah had saved on her inspiration boards for years. There were 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a balcony overlooking the river and city skyline. Big enough for plants, chairs, and quiet evenings outdoors. The main bedroom had a walk-in closet larger than Sarah's current bedroom. She moved slowly through the space, running her hand along the kitchen island. Then she stepped onto the balcony and gripped the railing, staring down at the city far below. The river reflected the sunlight, bright and alive. Mom, what is this? It's your promotion gift, I said. Since we canceled the party, I wanted to do something more lasting. Patricia smiled and quietly stepped away to give us privacy. This is insane, Sarah said. These places cost around $850,000. I know, I said. I'm paying cash. She sat down on the window seat staring at me. You can't afford this. I can, I replied. Your father and I invested in rental properties in our 20s. We managed them for 30 years and sold 3 last month. Her eyes widened. You never told me that. You never needed to know, I said. We lived simply, invested carefully, and stayed quiet about it. Your grandmother thinks I barely get by. That's fine. She shook her head. This is too much. You worked 80-hour weeks for 3 years, I said gently. You missed holidays, birthdays, and most of your 20s. You earned a promotion people usually reach much later in life. Your grandmother wanted to take this moment away from you because your aunt didn't prepare for change, I continued. That's not support. That's asking you to shrink so others feel better. Patricia returned. Shall we start the paperwork? I looked at Sarah. It's your choice. We can walk away, or this can be yours today. Sarah stood, walked to the window, and looked out at the city below. Her city. One she had earned through effort and persistence. Let's do it, she said. 2 hours later, everything was signed. Patricia explained the details, the fees, and the building amenities. By noon, Sarah held the keys to her new home. As we walked to the car, I said, There's one more thing. She sighed. What now? I'm posting about this online. Mom, that'll just upset the family. Good, I said. They should see what earned success looks like. That evening, I posted the photos. Sarah holding her keys outside the tower. Standing on her balcony at sunset. The view from her living room. A close-up of the ownership papers with her name clear. The caption read, Celebrating my daughter's VP promotion the right way. She worked 80-hour weeks for 3 years and earned every inch of this home. Hard work matters. The family group chat exploded within minutes. This is disgusting, my mother wrote. Unbelievable, Amanda added. My brother said, Was this really necessary? But then the other messages started rolling in. Sarah's co-workers, college friends, and professional contacts congratulating her. The post spread quickly. The next morning, my mother showed up at my house. Amanda and my brother were with her. We need to talk about your behavior, my mother said, walking in without waiting. Come in, I replied calmly. Amanda's eyes were red. How could you do this? I'm struggling, and you're buying penthouses? I bought my daughter a home because she earned it, I said. Your job loss doesn't erase her success. Family supports each other, my brother said. This was cruel. No, I replied. Cruel is asking someone to dim their hard-earned success so others don't feel uncomfortable. And for the first time, I didn't apologize. She worked 80-hour weeks for 3 years, I said. She gave up her entire 20s for her career. She earned recognition. Asking her to cancel her moment because Amanda finally faced consequences isn't support. It's control. My mother's face tightened. Amanda stayed in the same role for 15 years, I continued, calm but firm. Same skills, same routine, while her industry changed around her. Sarah kept learning, kept updating her certifications, kept pushing herself. That's the difference. Amanda scoffed. So you're rich now? You just had $850,000 lying around? No, I said. Your father and I invested in rental properties 30 years ago. We lived below our means, saved aggressively, and built equity over time. That isn't luck. That's planning. And you never helped me, Amanda snapped. You watched me struggle. You never asked, I replied. And every time I suggested learning new skills or expanding your network, you said you were comfortable. When I mentioned courses, you said they were pointless. When I offered introductions, you said networking wasn't necessary. I paused. Comfort doesn't create security. My mother's hands shook. You've become cold, materialistic. This isn't how I raised you. You raised me to hide success so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable, I said quietly. To shrink achievements so no one felt threatened, especially as a woman. I raised Sarah differently. I taught her that hard work deserves recognition and that she isn't responsible for fixing the results of other people's choices. She could have postponed the party, my brother said softly. She could, I replied. And then what? Postpone the next milestone too? Turn down opportunities? Spend her life getting smaller so everyone else feels okay? She earned this. She gets to celebrate it. The doorbell rang. Sarah walked in, still in work clothes, holding a folder. Since everyone's here, she said calmly, spreading the papers across the table. You should see these. Ownership documents, building details, payment marked paid in full. Amanda stared. You really bought it outright? Mom did, Sarah said. I'm signing the final transfer this afternoon. Well, I'm unemployed, Amanda muttered. Great timing. Sarah met her eyes. I'm truly sorry you lost your job. That's hard. But I worked 80-hour weeks for 3 years. I missed holidays, relationships, and most of my life. I earned this promotion. Mom bought this home because she's proud of that work. Your situation doesn't erase my achievement. Easy to say from a penthouse, Amanda shot back. I'm standing in a dining room, Sarah replied evenly. The penthouse is downtown. And yes, it's easier to say when you've succeeded. That's why I worked for it. My mother grabbed her purse. You've made your position clear. Don't expect us at family events. Understood, I said. They left in slammed doors and sharp words. Sarah and I sat quietly. Are you okay? I asked. I'm signing ownership papers for a penthouse in 3 hours, she said. I'm more than okay. We drove downtown together. Patricia met us with the final documents. Sarah signed each page carefully. When it was done, Patricia handed her a leather folder. Congratulations, Miss Thompson. You're officially the owner of Unit 364. Sarah looked down at her name, printed clearly on the papers. My phone buzzed. The family group chat. A long message about betrayal and materialism. I muted it. Want to see your place again? I asked. We rode up to the 36th floor. Sarah unlocked the door with her own key and stepped inside. She stood by the windows, looking out at the city she'd earned. "Thank you, Mom," she said quietly. "Not just for this, but for teaching me I don't have to apologize for success." "You earned every bit of it," I said. "Never forget that." 2 weeks later, Sarah hosted a housewarming party. Her colleagues came, her friends came, people who celebrated her wins instead of resenting them. The family chat stayed muted, and somewhere high above the city lights, in a home built on effort and determination, my daughter finally received the celebration she deserved.